One musician who made his debut on that session was trombonist Al Gray. He'd been co-opted in Philadelphia from Dizzy Gillespie's orchestra. With Basie, the money was better, and what's more, within days of joining the band, he was off on tour in Britain and France. But it wasn't long before he found himself getting rather angry. He wasn't being given any solos, and as the new boy, he was always too far back in the queue to get a room with a bath at any of the hotels they checked into.
One day, Marshall Roy got in front of me because he saw that it was getting ready to go, and he got that last one, and I exploded right in the lobby. One of the Queen hotels, and Basie was sitting over in the back over there. And that's when I just got it off my chest and told Basie, you know, I'm being right with myself. I'm in line to get this room. And so Basie cooled me down. He said, well, you know, Marshall, he's the straw boss, and he thinks he has that privilege to do that. And I said, but that's all right. I have a suite over there. You can come over and be at the suite with me. And that cooled me out. And he told me, he said, well, we'll write arrangements for you when we get back to the United States. And so when we got back to the United States, Thad Jones wrote a tune up for me, HRH, Your Royal Highness. And that changed the scene of music, because Thad wrote this for Al Gray to play the lead part, along with the bass saxes, and this just stuck out like a sword, and I played so high. Oh, if I could ever play like that again, that high, which a lot of the trombone players can today, but this was with the section.
Thad Jones, the composer of Al's feature, HRH, was one of the talented arrangers who, like Ernie Wilkins, was actually a playing member of the band, something Basie himself thought was very important.
Coming up around in the late 50s, now it's 60s and so forth, the arrangements there, which I prized very well, were done by guys in the band, you know, but Frank Foster and Thad Jones. And these two guys are so very talented. You know Foster's working, and I'm pretty sure when you've heard the great Thad Jones and Mel Lewis's band, you can tell just exactly where the talent is. And he used to put so many things in the band, and we've still got so many things that Thad's that we haven't really got around to pulling out and rehearsing, which we have to rehearse all over again because these things are quite difficult to play and get the feelings of them, you know.
Perhaps it's not coincidental that the two men Basie mentioned there both became leaders of his orchestra after his death. In the next programme, I'll be meeting the man who leads the Count Basie Orchestra today, Grover Mitchell. He was also a member of the New Testament band. But to end today's look at the arrangers who gave the band its shape and substance, I can't leave out perhaps the greatest and certainly the longest-lived of all big band arrangers, Benny Carter. In 1960, Basie recorded an extended set of Carter's compositions called the Kansas City Suite, which, as Basie's biographer, Chris Sheridan, put it, has the perfect combination of crispness and looseness that marked the band's best work. From the suite, here's Rompin' at the Reno, written to feature Frank Foster, Thad Jones and Basie himself. But first, comments from both Basie and Benny Carter.
I've always respected Benny so much and always will. I think Benny can just buck capture any sound, any way, and any style that he would like to. Benny knows, and Benny writes so beautiful, you know.
I write straight onto the paper in that I don't prepare a sketch in advance, but I do work at the piano prior to that sometimes. Well, usually, most times, I must say. Of course, if I get into what we call a panic, a last-minute something, I go to the kitchen table as far away from the piano as I can get, and it sort of moves a little more quickly. A lot of people don't realize that if you don't write for a while, you, as we say in the trade, you lose your chops, just as playing an instrument. And you sit down to write again, and it takes little while just to get yourself, back into the habit. If you don't write anything for, say, 3 or 4 months, at least that's what it is with me.